Hello all, I Nirmala Rawat welcome you to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. A quick recap. Shanta, elder sister of Shri Ram, comes to meet Sita Mata in ashram. Mata and Shanta are catching up with all that's passed in time they didn't meet. Moving on to chapter 19, part 2. Soma continues to narrate. Mata said, I know that during the last days of Maharaja Dashrath's life, you were there by his side. All of his sons were gone, but you came to sit by him, to hold his hand and comfort him, so that he could leave this world in peace, despite the great pain in his heart from the breakup of his family. When Ram told me this, he said he would be ever grateful that you performed this function which he could not do, that you gave your father peace in his last hours. And I know you traveled a great distance to be there, enduring many hardships. Shanta, your sacrifices are not unknown to Ram or to me. Struggling with emotion, Shanta asked, You knew this? Mata nodded. This is what gave Ram peace after his father's passing, knowing that you had been there. Mata paused. Your modesty will not allow me to speak of your spiritual accomplishments. But Shanta, after I arrived in Lanka and during the worst of my ordeal, I saw you with the other great women sages who had come to comfort me. You were there behind them all, in the back. Your modesty would not let you come forward, but I saw you. And you do not know the comfort I took from your presence. It was as if Ram was reaching out to me through you. I am ever grateful for that. Tears flowed from Mata's eyes as she remembered that time in Lanka. I was there, Sita. Shanta replied firmly with great emotion, settling her eyes on Mata. I was in meditation when I heard the call from Parvati Ma. That call of hers rang throughout the universe. I felt my spirit rise from my body, and before I knew it, I was seated with those great women sages. I did not deserve to be there with those women of such great spiritual attainment, but my heart drew me. My heart followed you and Ram through all the 14 years of your exile, and there was not a day during your exile and captivity when I did not pray for you and offer for your protection all the fruits of my meditation. What you endured in Lanka was for all of us, Sita. That is why the women gathered around you, coming from so many parts of the universe, the seen and the unseen world, to acknowledge the benefit you were bringing to the world. You and Ram together cleared the darkness so that a new light could shine through, the light of love. Mata didn't respond. Silence pervaded the hut for quite some time, and then Mata cheerfully said, That time has passed. Now I have these two children to plan for. Two? Mata nodded. Let me stay with you, Sita, for the delivery. Shanta, there is nobody I would rather have with me during this time. Please stay and help me receive Ram's children into the world. And so Shanta stayed with us through the labor and delivery. She was the first to hold the children after they were born. During this time, I came to know how dear she was to Mata. Mata saw her as both elder sister and a sage. During their 14-year exile, Mata had spent much time with women sages, and she missed that in her life now. Having Shanta with her brought those memories back. They would spend much time together in meditation and in discussions of spiritual matters. Sometimes hours would pass and they would be fully absorbed in their discussions. After the birth, Mata's sister Urmila came from Ayodhya to be with her, and Shanta felt it was time to depart. She and Mata embraced, and Mata tried to express her gratitude and love. Shaking her head, she said with deep feeling, Shanta, I have no words. I am blessed to have you as my sister and my friend. Shanta quietly replied, "And this world is blessed to have you. One day the world will know who you are." I was overcome by the tenderness of the moment as they stood together, unwilling to part. Finally, casting one last look at Mata, Shanta turned and began her journey home. We watched as she made her way down the path leading into the forest until we could no longer see her slender figure. Mata was to see her only once more just before her departure from this world. Later that night, Mata said to me, "The world will forget Shanta. The deeds of her brothers will be long remembered, but her greatness will slip from sight. Yet I will always remember and cherish her. What she has brought to this family with her spiritual wisdom will never be known, but it will yield many blessings well into the future." Later, I asked Mata if Shanta would be safe traveling such long distance alone on foot. Mata simply smiled and said, "She has many mystical powers. After all, she is Ram's sister." It was not long after that Sri Ram came to meet his children. I think the joy he felt as he held them in his arms spread through the three worlds. One could almost hear rejoicing in many realms. Jai Shri Ram. Did you had any idea about Shanta's existence before this chapter? Let me know in comments. Do share videos among the like-minded ones. Jai Shri Ram.